This is full of my diaries. This is diaries from since I was 8 to now. Diaries, okay. That's a lot of diaries. So basically I'm going to be going through my diaries in order of the dates to find the juiciest gossip in them. And to be honest, I haven't actually read any of my diaries back from since I wrote them. And I think it's important to do that because, like, who else is going to read them? I mean, obviously, when you die, your family will. So because I have so many diaries, I've decided that I'm only going to look through the first half. Obviously also I cannot read all of the stories because that would be 13 years, or at least like 7 years worth of stories to tell, because there's a lot that's gone in my life. So I'm just going to pick a few out. I'm gonna take it that this one is my oldest one because look at it. This diary is from 2007, so I was 8. I've got some information and a very sexy drawing. That is one hot picture. My weight is 60 plus 30, whatever that means. My favourite shop is Asda. Asda. I want to live in a queen's palace in Egypt, but speak Spanish, and live in chocolate land where everything's made of chocolate. My biggest secret at 8 years old, my house used to have 9 children before I lived there. First of all, I don't think it did. And second of all, that's your biggest secret. My biggest failure in life, okay, was that me and my friend, you know who you are, were singing for X Factor at her house, but I got embarrassed because I didn't want to sing in front of everyone. This diary was also when I was 8. I've put my mum's number in, but it's 9 numbers long and it's completely wrong. Hello, I am Darcy, I am 8 years old. I have an ex-boyfriend. I have a new boyfriend. I don't know if he likes me because I like him, but he might not love me. So I don't have a boyfriend. I just fancied a guy, had no idea whether he liked me, and decided he was my boyfriend. So next diary is this one. My dad got me this one, and this is from 2009 to 2010. So there's not really anything juicy or interesting in this book, but I did a little drawing of Chloe the Bratz doll. I did write quite a very Englishy little story. Basically, we were in Pompeii, and I wrote this. As I got into bed, I felt the sickness rising up in my stomach. I was sick. I didn't want to do anything, eat anything, see anything, just sleep, until I heard something from outside, a cruise liner. I watched it sail across the crystal blue water, and it was like the Titanic. Behind it, the faint glow of the sunset sinking into the sea was amazing. When I went back to bed, the church bell rang. It reminded me of back in England when we were in church. I heard noises coming from the swimming pool, and there was a family of 4 walking beside it. Just then, the smell of multicoloured roses made me feel sleepy. I went straight back to bed and rested until the next day arrived. Wow. So, I thought I was a writer during this year, and I was 10. Then I started a diary with my sister, and we like shared it, which is so random, like it never really continued, but I think it was that we both loved the book so much. I mean, I actually absolutely love this. Like, look how gorgeous the book is. This was 2010 to 2011, so I was 11 years old. And we were going to invite my best friend to join it, but she never joined, so. And we had a bodyguard, a body diary guard, because I told everybody at school that I had this secret diary and people were in it. So we had the leader, who was me, a member was my sister, a member was my friend, and a helper of the book was another friend. It was literally just me and my sister who used it, so. Okay, let's begin. I have a new boyfriend. We are going out soon. We are going out, but we aren't anymore, but we will again soon. Again, not your boyfriend anymore. I love him loads and I have his number. We broke up, but I still really love him. Okay. Although he was showing off at school and being really stupid. This is why I hate him. I'm so contradictory. This is Christmas 2011. Dear Diary, it's Christmas Day and I got a new phone, the Galaxy Ace Samsung. I also got a camcorder, a Badget, a stereo player, and a huge teddy with a passport. So this is summer 2012. Just a lovely little flower book. It is jam-packed. I got really into diaries at this point. First of all, I've not got a good day today. I have such a severe, hugely, bigly amount of homework ever. ... I have like 10 pieces, no kidding. Oh my god. This is ironic. Okay, listen to this. I'm not feeling well at the moment. There is this huge bug going around that everyone is catching. Apparently on the news, a boy caught the disease and has been spreading it around. Dad and I have been waiting for this because we knew a disease would spread like this someday. Anyway, it's like similar to smallpox or the Black Death, but when you catch it, you get a rash on your body and you will die soon. They haven't found a cure for it, but until then, stay away from that boy. That was nothing. And then 8 years later, we would actually have a pandemic, Darcy. Like an actual pandemic that you get like locked up for like 2 years. I said that I just started my period. I don't think I knew how it works. I hated it, and then I said, it's never happening again, ... Too strange. I don't think she didn't know that you get this like once a month for the rest of your life. Anyway, I did homework all day until 3 PM and I couldn't stand it. I got really angry and unhappy. This was literally like year 8, so I have a long way to go before you even get free time, but anyway. Oh my god, oh god, okay, this is really dramatic and I can't believe I never remembered this. So basically there was this girl that I used to be friends with and she was horrible. In my words, here, I said she's a horrible, nasty, vicious cow. So she did a lot of things that were horrible, and then she dared me to put on Facebook that someone hasn't washed their hair. So I did. And I think I said who, which is so bad. Anyway, this girl asked if she could screenshot it and I said no, and she did it anyway and then shared it all over Facebook and all over everywhere, and then put above it the caption, "I hate bullies, they need to die." Obviously meaning me, because it was that photo. I obviously took down my post and I was crying, telling her sorry that I wanted to take it down. I thought it was a dare, I didn't mean any of it. And then I said, but I need to go to bed, can we talk about it in the morning? So she said, night night, sleep tight, hope you can't sleep knowing that she's seen this picture. and I couldn't sleep all night. I was really upset, told my family, and then the next day I told the girl at school that I was extremely sorry and she forgave me. She said she was fine. But then I said, however, I'm not being funny, but she doesn't wash her hair in the first place, so like it is true. Not the point, Darcy. Not the point. Anyway, everybody was talking about it in class because they knew, and everyone was commenting and calling me a bully. They weren't saying it directly to me, but they were all talking about me. And I said, no, I wasn't laughing at the time, but in the future, as you read this, I probably will. No. Well, at night, I reported my friend. She wasn't my friend. And I got the photo taken down so no one else could see it. And I'm never talking to her ever again. Everyone forgot about it later, so I think that's the moral of the story, is like, I think I remember, it's all coming back to me now, and I remember it being absolutely awful and thinking everyone's going to think I'm a bully for the rest of my life, which I'm not. And I thought that feeling would never go, and then literally the next week, no one mentioned it again. So this is a bit dark. This is actually a great example of what girls and women have to go through with men. This was in 2011, and I'm talking about it now because I didn't have a diary then. So this is 2011, and that would make me 12 years old. I was walking home by myself last year, I don't know when, and my friend was still at school. A small white car stopped across from me and waited, so I stopped and pretended to get something out of my bag at the roundabout. I'm editing this right now and I just realised that I didn't fully explain. The car was following me really slowly right behind me at the side of the curb, and it was going really slowly, and every time I stopped, they stopped, which is why I knew that they were following me, because as I describe it, it doesn't sound like they are, but they were. That's why I was so upset. I also want to note that when I looked in the car, there was a group of boys in there, about 4 or 5 of them, so that was also an intimidating thing. It was still waiting, so I called my friend on the bus, crying that someone's watching me. Eventually the car sped off and I jumped into a bush and hid. Soon after, the car appeared again, but parked right outside the bush, so I had to walk through the bushes. By this point, my bus knew, and my friends were all on the phone to me. It followed me the majority of the way home, then drove off again, and then I ran all the way home. I was absolutely in tears, hysterical. I couldn't call the police because I didn't know if they were stalking me or not. Yeah, and then ever since then I had it quite a few more times. So that's just fantastic. That is quite sad considering I was only 12 at the time. So we're now on to this one, which you'll notice is very similar to the pink one. So this is around September. I went to a party in which apparently I said I didn't want to go, but everybody was begging me to. Pretty sure that's not true. Anyway, there was this party that we went to, and someone told someone else that they looked pregnant in their dress. So it kicked off at the party, then it cooled down, and then the next day at school, this is what I said. All day today was rowing and arguments because someone brought up the party and how someone looked pregnant. So all that group came up to my friend shouting and having an argument because she was the one that mentioned it. At this point, I was in the art block, but I came in after seeing loads of people in the class. I shoved my way through into the situation, asking what's going on. Then my friend said that my other friend was the one that actually called her pregnant, at which point she burst into tears saying that she didn't. Then my friend decided she couldn't stand it anymore and walked out. She said she felt sick and wanted to go home, so I took her to the reception, but they wouldn't let her go because she just looked upset, not sick. And then the teachers got involved. So that's pretty much it from this book. Like, there's a lot of stuff, but nothing juicy or interesting for you guys to read. Interesting for me, not for you. Okay, so now on to this diary. which is just a little flowers book, and this is from 2013, so I'm 14 in this. Just putting a warning out there that this is a little bit deep. So this was written 16th of November 2013. I was writing about how I feel at the moment, and so I said, I feel like I'm getting obsessed with popularity and having what everyone else has. I'm such a sheep and not a shepherd at the moment. People are getting the iPhone 5S and I want one, so I'm trying everything. People get the iPhone 5, the best clothes, more followers, prettiness, popularity, loads of likes on Instagram pictures, and it's all what I want too. I nearly have 300 followers, so that's good, and I get 18 plus likes on my photos too. Geez, that's a lot for back when I was 14. But what is really on my mind is dieting and skinniness. It's on my mind, but not as much as everyone else. I'm always checking to see if I still have a thigh gap or if my tummy's still slim and stuff. I'm gonna put some pictures here of what I looked like when I wrote this. Unless you've written it down in that moment, you'd never know that that's what was on your mind, and that was what was on my mind, clearly. What you can take from this is that no matter what you look like, you're always going to have something negative to say about it. Where do I see myself in 10 years' time? So I'd be 23. That's pretty much now. At the age that I'm now, this is what I see myself. I see myself really successful and rich. The boss of my own company. I see myself film producing, but I might not be that when I'm older. I see myself famous, so that when I die, people will remember me. That's like a kick in the butt, because I am currently doing nothing, just vibing. Although my excuse can be that we have been in a pandemic. What I would change about my body? The angle of my eyes. That's a new one. The shape of my head. So yeah, that is this diary. The next diary is this little binder. You can see this is from 2013 to 2014, so I was between 14 and 15. So the first page starts quite severe. Last night I cried a river because I was tired, stressed and scared, and then I went on about how I'm going to fail my exams in January. I cried for 2 hours, getting louder and louder, hoping that maybe someone in my family will hear. I don't know how they didn't, but eventually Mum came up and comforted me. When I went to bed, I cried myself to sleep. So that is looking like a great start to this diary. So here's a lovely flashback for you. 10th of February 2014. There's this app called Flappy Bird, and it is the most addictive, annoying, stressful, annoying, stupid, amazing, fun, addictive game ever. Every single person in the universe is playing on it right now. So far, everyone keeps getting only a high score of 3. So this is the 9th of March 2014. It says, I'm in a very tough situation at the moment where everything is crumbling. I honestly don't know what to do with myself anymore. Every day I can feel the thoughts and anxiousness running around inside of me, and it isn't nice. Some girls spread some rumours about me at school. I was feeling left out. I've just had a huge emotional crisis a few days ago, and none of my friends were there for me. It was like I was forgotten. I'm sure I'll get over it, but right now I can't think about that. That's deep. I have to say, I think this diary is the start of feeling really lonely in my life, which is really sad. 26th of March. I'm starting a diet today. Want to know why? Because I'm getting fat. Oh, I don't even want to read this. I obviously thought very negatively of myself. So let's move on from that. This is 16th of May 2014. I think I'm depressed. For weeks now I've been crying constantly. I've stopped talking at school. I'm not giddy or crazy anymore at school. Instead, I'm just really quiet. I respond with one-word answers now, and I don't hang out with people. I look depressed all the time, people are avoiding me. That's this diary. There was a lot in it, but that's all I'm gonna read from this one. The next book is this one, which is broken now. This one's from 2014 to 2015, so I'm around 16 years old. 6th of January 2015. I am not, underlined, looking forward to school tomorrow. I am not looking forward to seeing anyone there, and I am not looking forward to lessons. If anything, I'm most looking forward to the exams on Thursday, when I don't have to speak or see anyone. I'm really not in the mood to see anybody at all. I don't want the, oh, I missed you, or oh my god, hi. I just want everyone to not look at me or talk to me or anything, so I can just get on with the day and go home. God, I was a bundle of laughs. My birthday, 2015, so it was my 16th birthday. 16, sweet 16. I cannot believe it. I feel different already. Like every other age is the same, but 16's different. Things are becoming legal now for me. A part of me is happy, excited, fresh, but another part of me is sad, upset and lonely. I feel upset because I've always dreamed of being 16. Now that I am, I don't want to be it. I feel old and it's scary. But my birthday was ace, so no sadness there. So that's all I'm going to read from this one. The reason this one was so small is because this was actually very heavily packed with depressing, sad stuff. I think it's a bit too personal to read out, and especially it contains a lot of people that I know, so that's it for this one. This was my next diary, an absolute gorgeous diary, but don't have anything in here that I want to read out. This is the next one, between 2015 and 2016. I also don't have anything in this book. The final book is this one. I loved how simple it was. This one is from 2017 to 2018. I would like to point out that this diary actually was when I started to try and pick myself up again. I had a phase where I was starting to feel a bit happier again. However, it didn't happen, and I did end up suffering with depression during this time. But you can tell I was trying a lot in this diary. I obviously just said that I tried a lot in that diary, and then I go on to read the most depressing things ever, but it was majoritively me trying to stay positive. I just didn't read this out, I read all the sad stuff, so yeah. 29th of November 2017. As per, what an unproductive week, day and month. Haha. After I had handed in 2 big essays at the same time, spent a whole week, day to night, working on them, and I finally felt free again. I spent that week doing nothing, and it was great, but the week after I had another essay approaching, and that was horrible. I didn't know what I was doing in the essay, and I found out my new timetable for the rest of the year. It's the worst ever you could ever have, ever. That really upsets me. I felt massively homesick and depressed for no reason. I've spent 2 days doing nothing, skipped my lectures, and pretended to my friends that I've had a headache, but I was just sad, and then spontaneously went home to cheer up on the weekend. So I got none of the 20 hours assigned by my mentor to do my essay, which then added further to my anxiety. Then on the 26th of December 2017, I said, I've been thinking about who I am, why I sulk so much, why I'm unhappy, so many things. 2018 should be a year of recovery and focusing on my happiness and well-being. I want more adventures and firsts, but I should just be more careful and do them because I want to and not pushing myself all the time. Yeah, I think 2018 I really tried to improve my life. I didn't fully get better, but I definitely did start getting help that year. 26th of February 2018. And I said, just been chilling this week after having a bad flu. I really struggled to go back to uni at this time. I just feel like I've not felt genuinely happy here. I'm running out of things to cook. I'm running out of things to do when I'm free. I'm avoiding more and more lectures and coming up with more and more excuses not to hang out with people. I'm finding it harder to leave my room and I don't know why. It's hard to just go to Asda to get a few items. I don't even like making big meals because there's more chance of someone coming into the kitchen and interacting with me. Every assignment gives me anxiety, including meetings with my mentor, because I've not done them. I'm eating more and more junk food and doing no exercise at all. My lip biting is becoming so bad. My lips are looking more destroyed than ever and deforming shape. I'm bleeding at least once a day. If you're confused by what I'm talking about with my lip biting, I have just made a video on dermatillomania that I have, so if you want to watch that, it will be linked up here. Sometimes I wish my life was different, but I always feel bad because I have all I need and a great family who've done so much for me. And I've achieved lots, but I feel like I could have done a lot more. After uni, I have to find a job for the rest of my life. If I drop out of uni and remove the huge heavy rock from my back, I will never have the job I want. I'm already cracking in first year. I'm going to be a broken person by the end of uni with no hope. Jesus Christ, oh my god. Okay, so that is the end of this diary. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to the stories of my life. I think it was more depressing than juicy. I thought there'd be a lot more like fun gossip, but it ends up just being depressing stuff. I mean, if any of you have written a diary, you probably know that a lot of it is like writing down when you're really upset. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye!